don't, okay, sorry.
I guess you don't.
I don't think, it wasn't harsh, but it, you know.
But it's also not the first one either.
All right.
There's an issue.
All right.
I think the way I responded should
This is
squash
all.
those.
All right.
Don't let it float around.
That's maybe, you don't let it float around. Go put it in the shitter. You just leave it in the trash.
Okay. Close enough. Okay, I'll call the meeting to order. Please join Ed.
Pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And this evening we have Amy Swanson here, who is the new librarian over at the Gaffney. And I understand you'd like to introduce yourself and what you're all about.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just wanted to take a couple minutes. I'm the new director of the Gaffney Library.
Director.
Yeah, in Wakefield or Sanbornville. And we have a grand opening coming up on July 20th. And I wanted to come introduce myself as well as extend a personal invitation to all of you to that grand opening. It's from 4 to 6 on Saturday. So.
And if you would give us a little blurb, we could put it on our webpage.
Yeah.
The details behind it.
Yeah, I can send that over. There'll be a physical invitation, but like I said, I wanted to come and introduce myself and just give that personal invitation to you all.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Any other input from the public? Okay, let's do meeting minutes.
So the June 4th?
Yes. June 18th. You want to do them all? Read them all? I read them all.
Yeah.
Read them all?
Yep. I have to abstain on June 9th if this is John said.
Okay.
I'll make promotion June 4th, June 18th, and June 19th, accepted.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye for June 14 and 18, abstain for June 19.
Okay, would you do any board and department reports? Craig, you have anything?
Nothing, thanks.
Rose, do you have anything?
I have two things. Taxes were due yesterday. As of yesterday, we have about $179,000 outstanding of all taxes owed, all property taxes owed to the town. Second is I've put in requests for 2 refund checks. We have a couple people that overpaid their taxes. One person paid the amount that the escrow company had already paid, so we're going to refund that amount. Big number, $6,000 odd. So anyway, those are my 2 things.
The $179,000 number is important because that's what we have to cover out of our town budget when we have to pay bills to the county, to the school, to whatever. So we have to have enough money in reserve to cover the 178. It's early in the cycle. Normally we carry 150,000, so it's $25,000 more. So over time it should come in. Thank you. Jan, do you have anything?
Heritage Commission, we have an ice cream social we're hosting on Saturday from 2 to 4, so it's open to everyone. Games for kids. I am working on a draft of the RFP for the front of the townhouse. I was waiting for Andrew's final report. It still hasn't come. I am calling him tomorrow. I know that the New Hampshire Preservation Alliance is short-staffed. There are some people that are ill and they're covering for each other. So I'm going to push tomorrow to try to get that so we can get it. And then, oh yeah, and that was the last thing, that is just trying to get that report from him.
Okay, thank you. Chris, do you have anything for us?
I just have a question for you. A few months ago, I asked you about the material we put down for dust control. And I'm just curious if that's something that you want to spend the money on. It's, I think, $7,700 for the material. And I think that would take, it would cover about 2 summers, maybe a third, possibly. So it's a significant expense for what you get out of it. But if we're having a dusty time at the moment, and I've used what has been up there, I've been diluting it, trying to clean out the tanks, but now would be the time to order it and get it here. But it's a pretty expensive product, and I haven't been able to find any cheaper either, so I'm guessing it's about, I think it's $1.72 a gallon. So to spread the dust control on, say, Lyford Road, you're talking about close to $1,000 in product, plus the time and labor to do it.
Does it require a special machine to disperse the fluid?
Yeah, the town owns a tank with a pump, and that's how we've been putting it out. But
Is it something that you can do with water right now, using that same tank?
you can do it with water, but you'd have to do it every 15 minutes. I mean, you know, the purpose of this stuff is supposed to bind the material together better also, which it sometimes does, and I think I've diluted it quite a bit trying to use up what's in the tank, so.
How long does it last when you spray it down?
It's another good question. If we could get the Wakefield police to sit on Lyford Road and get the traffic under 50 miles an hour, it'd probably last quite a long time. But
Point well taken.
So the question, Joanne, is where do we stand on summer maintenance with respect to material?
I think Chris hasn't used much.
Well, we got a paving job coming.
Yeah.
yeah, I think we have the money, but it's just more a question of, do we feel it's worth it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's only used $700.
For summer material.
What's budget?
Wait a minute, sorry, summer material. Oh, he hasn't used any of his summer maintenance material. He hasn't used any.
What's the budget number?
Oh, $60,000 for summer maintenance.
What do you see coming at us?
Well, there's some of
Excluding this
that.
part.
Yeah,
With
there's.
paving.
We're going to need some more gravel. One of the things that, once the paving is done, we have to do the shoulder gravel again. Last year, that was about $35,000 alone, which I don't think it'd be as much this year, but it's a significant expense. There's a bunch of culverts that need to be replaced, and as we get towards the end of the summer season, whatever money is left in there, I'd like to spend on gravel for the dirt roads, because they all need it.
I think I would postpone it this year.
And the budget specifically for next year?
Well, it's coming next year, because we have, here's some of the other items that we're talking about, right? We're talking about culverts, we're talking about something tumble down Dick Road. It's all road expenditures, so I'd hold back on that right now, that's what I would do.
Yeah, there's dust is there, but, the culverts and gravel, that's gonna be,
The priority?
yeah.
I'd suggest bring it back to us in the fall budget time.
Okay.
And make sure that we account for it for next year's budget.
Yeah.
And go for it.
And we can go, you can buy it in the fall and hold over winter.
Yeah, it actually can be used in the winter too, I just choose not to. Because it's far more expensive than salt. And, what it does for us is marginal in the winter. It's just really and when I put it out, I really put it out in the, like at the 109 or the Wolfboro end of Lyford Road, towards that end, very dusty. So we put a little bit more there than other places, things like that. But I don't think the town has bought any for about 10 years. So I don't think it was used a whole lot, but.
I agree with that. And my point was, if we have money at the end of the year, we could buy it and stockpile it for next summer.
Yeah.
We don't have to use it in the winter, right, but we could just.
Yep.
Yep. All right, so let's revisit November, December. Anything else for us?
No. Actually, one other thing. The tree company here that's working for Eversource, so they got their vehicles parked here. I did talk to the guy, and they offer the municipal service based on a diameter size on trees. So if you're interested in maybe getting some of the trees cut, like on Garney Road, I could explore that a little further with them. I left it. I'd get back to them if it's something you might have any interest in. I don't know. I know in the past it's been hard to get people to do the work, and they're in the area. I don't know for how long, but I'm sure they'd come back.
I think it'd be good to get a number,
Okay.
just a number, because again, we're talking summer maintenance.
We'll have to use your judgment too on how many trees, which trees.
Yeah. Well, the way he explained it, they would remove, it's like a per tree price up to a certain diameter, and whatever is on the road, we just count up how many we can afford, and they do them. We flag them, whatever. So, but I'll follow up with them with a price on it.
The last time we had a number, and I won't quote the number, but we had 18 months to get it done.
Yeah.
Because Carney, it's got some tough trees on it.
Yeah. These guys are pretty well equipped. I don't know if you noticed over here today.
Yeah, 109.
Yeah, they're right over here in front of the Tom Hill.
Okay, good, thank you. Karen, anything?
Just to let everybody know, the town clerk's office will be closed next Wednesday, July the 10th. The beach passes, Janet asked, I gave out one beach pass so far. The process is really not hard for the town clerk, so it's not an inconvenience to the town clerk at all. It seems to work smoothly. And the animal control officer has the civil forfeitures and will be taking care of those for us.
Okay, thank you. And treasurer, anything? No. And Lee, do you have anything for us?
I got a couple of things. Conservation Commission's meeting tomorrow night at 6. And JLMC, the Joint Loss Management Committee, is going to meet on July 11th, also at 6. Those are the only two things we got between now and our next meeting.
Did you want to bring up about the conversation we had with the state about the culvert money?
Yeah, we can talk about that. Chris, this is part of the conversation you and I had too. The money that we got last year from the state. Yeah.
That's the block grant topic?
Yeah, that's what it was. It was excess funding. We didn't expect it, and we have to use it on bridges. So we asked them if a culvert is considered a bridge. And their response was,
We could get away with it, using it for that purpose.
yeah. He didn't feel that there was any issues doing that. So that is an option. I talked to Chris about it, and Chris has in his mind, he's got it earmarked for the footbridge, repair that footbridge that we've got down off Couple Road. So, I think after he explained it to me, I did see the bridge, and I didn't think it was in that bad a shape, but what he explained to me was that the carrying beams on that are on the edges, not down the middle. So people walking down the middle, if they break through, they're going down. And there are some boards that were starting to get a little bit hunky on it. So his thought was to use that money for repair of that footbridge. After I talked to him, I thought he had a good plan. And that's probably what, because initially I was thinking if we could do culverts, this is going to help us out on Tumble Down Dick Road, because that was all in the class 5 section of it.
So we have what, $20,000?
22.
22,000? Maybe we should take some of the remaining money, because I don't think it's going to cost 22, to start the paperwork on Tumbledown Lake. That's going to require a lot of wetland permitting stuff, engineering, research, and documentation.
Yeah. One thing I would say about that is they did mention at the Stratford Regional Planning that they do think there's a program specifically for that spot because of the special circumstances that we talked about before. So I'd like to explore that just a little more and see if they have something available for that. But whatever doesn't get used on the bridge, which I would think it would be less than half, I think we budgeted around 10,000 last year.
I think that's what we thought.
Yeah. So whatever doesn't get used there, if we can use it for culverts, there's probably 10 culverts I could think of, and each culvert is probably ultimately $2,000 or $3,000, maybe a little more. So we can definitely use it on the culverts.
You've replaced some culverts already this year.
We replaced the one on Tucker Road that for some reason didn't exist anymore, and there's one on Robinson Road, two on Robinson Road that need to be done. And
Need to be done.
they need to be done pretty bad. There's just about everyone on Tibbetts Hill and Burwell Road are damaged beyond repair.
How about Walker? I thought it was.
Walker Road, that needs to be done also.
So we got half a dozen.
Yeah, at least.
When were you planning on doing the footbridge? When?
I'd like to get started any time now. Maybe as early as next week, but
And I go on record supporting his plan to use initially the money for the footbridge and get that squared away. That removes a big potential liability for us. And then what I was left over, go for some culverts. The state gave us the nod saying it's okay to use the culverts.
That's good. I like that.
I'm going to change the design of the footbridge just slightly so there's you have a level of backup, so to speak. So instead of one layer of wood there, we'll have two, and they'll be designed so that the grains cross. So it should be,
Much stronger.
a lot safer.
Good, thank you. And we were over at, Lee, I asked you,
Yeah, I'm good.
do you have anything? Okay, so we'll get down the list. Forestry truck, hey, you did some work on that with the mini bid?
Yeah, I took your advice, Chris. I went out on a municipal bid and I created an account. Didn't cost anything to do it. And it's sitting there as a seller, not as a buyer. There's two different types of accounts you gotta have on it. And they will help us make the presentation as good as it can be. But with permission of this board, I'll pursue that more. I'll work with Brad to get the list refined, make sure we've got a good list. We'll take pictures of the truck. And one of the things I think we need to decide is whether or not we want to take that skid unit off the back and sell the truck independent of that, and then sell that as another item. My suggestion is to not do that. My suggestion is it's a forestry truck, it's a unit, keep it together. There's a small portable pump on it that's anchored down. It's not really attached, it's just anchored so it doesn't fall off the truck when you take it out. I think we can take that off and either hang on to it as a portable pump somewhere or even sell that too. My opinion would be to put the truck on as a forestry truck with the whole skid assembly on the back.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Okay.
So please do that.
Yeah, I will follow up, I'll work with Brad to make sure we get it listed correctly.
And then we have an inventory of remaining equipment.
Yes.
When I went to the mini bid site and looked around myself, I saw vehicles. Can you put on firefighting equipment?
Yep, you can put on anything you want.
So we have an inventory of the remaining equipment. We just might want to list that also.
Yep.
Do we want to list that? That's an interesting, because if someone's coming down for the forestry truck, does it make sense to put the other equipment on in the market at the same time?
Yeah.
I know Brad had a preference to keep like some of the Indian tanks and some of the rakes maybe, so that he had something. I mean, even if he had to go to if you got a call and saying somebody's got a brush pile out of control, you can grab an Indian tank and a rake and go down and challenge it himself. He didn't say that, so I'm just throwing that out as an example of why he might want to keep it. But so we can deal with the other stuff. I'll ask Brad to come to the next meeting and deal with it then, because it's really quick and easy to put it on there this week, so.
Okay.
I guess we'll just get the truck and then just kick it up.
Leah found the title, so we have the title.
Yeah.
2001 vehicle, but you guys can write it out. Good, let's do that. What else? I want to talk about fire truck and taking down the salt shed.
Yep.
You looked into it, there wasn't a lot of material in there?
No, there's not. I asked Chris to take the road agent type stuff out. Did you get the rest of the?
I haven't got the sandblast out yet.
Okay, there's a pallet of about maybe 12 or dozen bags of blasting grit. Those are going to come out, but the rest of it is all out of the way. And I asked Brad to move the forestry truck and all that equipment back into this barn, the shed right behind us, temporarily to get it out of there. And I asked him to do that by the end of this week.
Good.
I've talked to Eddie and said, if we can get everything out of there by the end of this week, we'll give you the green light to start next week. He's already submitted his insurance papers to back it up, so he's ready to go. We just got to finish cleaning it up and we'll be able to take care out of it.
Good.
Was there, Ed, was there any Heritage Commission goods stored in there?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that. I told Mary Lou I'd go up over the top and look for some paneling that was taken out of the schoolhouse.
Yeah, the wainscoting, yeah.
Right, and it had some images burnt in it.
Yes.
Could not find them.
Oh, nothing
I
in
went
it?
up there, could not find them. I did tell Mary Lou that I don't know where they are.
Okay,
They weren't there,
okay,
but I did go up and look for them.
thanks, okay. They must have gotten dumped.
They were wide, they were good wide boards, you can play in them and they're beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we were hoping to save one or two, so they're not
I don't know
there.
where they went, I didn't put them up there. You
You
did.
never know.
I don't know, so I wonder if we could ever find someone that said, yes, I put them up there, or whether they just got. Okay?
Okay.
Let's jump down to the garage door. To the quote for the renovation.
Two things that I need to follow up on was RFP, or his proposal. And one was did it actually physically include the door? And his answer was yes, it does. And I asked the question of what was the R value, the thickness of the door? And he said it's between 6 and 7. So those are desirable, they're both good answers. Now the question is, what do we want to do with the RFP?
And my take is we shouldn't do it this year. We only have one quote, one bid. We don't know whether it's a good bid, high bid, low bid. We have no idea. We don't have the data. So
I would agree with what you're saying, and I would also add to that, the fact that because we did not budget specifically for that, we're gonna have to take that money from somewhere else, whether it's a expendable trust or whatever. We gotta find the money to do it. It's a big enough chunk of change that I agree with Richard. I think we should wait next year, make a plan for it, and solicit for more bids. Because one bid really doesn't show any competition at all, no competitive interest.
Okay.
All right.
So,
Okay.
it's 2025.
Yeah. All right. Payroll policy, Brian, you reworked that.
Yeah, I just touched up 2 typos and put a signature for the employees. So it's, it was the Board of Selectmen in work from home.
I'll make a motion that we adopt this policy as presented.
And I think this is good. Do we want to ask for feedback? from the staff, the employees? Do we want to, this is, I don't understand. I mean,
I think it's a fair policy.
Yeah,
you think it's,
I think it's a fair policy.
I agree. I think it is too.
all right. I guess my upbringing would have said, here's what we're proposing. But, okay, so make a motion, we'll go with this. I read it.
The second,
I made the motion already.
All right. All in favor with this proposal?
aye.
Aye. All right.
So each employee should have a copy of this, sign
Yeah.
it, and we just need to write adopted by the board and that date on the bottom, and then it should go in the policy. Maybe Brian could send it to you, and we can
Yeah,
put that in, add that bottom piece.
what was it?
It should be like adopted
Oh, yeah,
by the
adopted
board
to 20.
in the date by the board of selectmen, and the selectmen
Actually,
should
yeah,
sign it.
we should sign it.
Yeah. And then,
Use as the original, we should sign it right now and do it.
and then each employee should get a copy, and it should be returned to us.
Shouldn't you not sign it now, though, if he's gonna add the adopted date down at the bottom?
Yes.
Yeah, because,
Yeah.
And then email it to Leah maybe, and
oh, it's board of selectmen and we have the date, so I don't think
okay.
it's,
Oh,
That's
okay.
true, that's true.
Yeah, that's true,
so I'd probably just sign it.
yeah.
And I'll scan the signed version and.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Okay, moving on, we've got a warrant here for material coming out of the Moose Mountain pit. There was a question about how much material was taken out. DRA took a look at it, they went up there and looked at it. They saw no issues with this number. Very difficult to quantify how much was taken out when you look at a whole. So I'll make a motion, we issue this warrant for $58.26 to Moose Mountain Properties,
What was the 58?
26.
Thank you.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Okay, power washing, I skipped power washing. I don't know what that means. I know what it means, but I don't know why it's here.
I talked to Steve, our handyman, Steve Bailey. There are several small projects that we have on the list, like painting the handrails in the entryway,
Screen.
filling in
Like what the material?
filling in where the concrete has washed out on the landing in there. Water has eroded it a little bit, there's materials we put in there to fill it that are waterproof and will slow that down. A couple of things. I also asked him about power washing. His thought was, he didn't think it needed to be power washed in the pure sense. He thinks that a long pole with a hose attached and some whatever solutions that they use on it would be sufficient to clean up what we got. He doesn't think it's that bad. The other thing that he's concerned with the power washing too is the age of vinyl. It becomes brittle with time and sun exposure. So, you might not intend to, but you can start poking holes here and there.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good idea to try it this way.
Yeah, because it's just dirt and bugs and stuff like that, so probably gonna be,
Yeah. He doesn't think that it's gonna need to, have the full force of it.
yeah.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
Yeah. So I'd suggest that we.
Soap and water.
Yeah. Yeah, that's essentially what he
So
said.
he'll do that?
And he's willing to do that.
Fine.
So I suggest we let him go.
Okay. I don't have any correspondence this evening. Okay, let's do the manifest. So
Do we have-
Can I? Oh,
Do we have, okay, just, okay.
Can I ask just a quick question? Did we ever get RFP for the generator? Did we get any
They're not due until the 15th.
Oh, okay.
There is, of this month, there is one that's in, but it's open for more. You're welcome to encourage anybody to come and wants
Okay.
to bid. And I'm the focal point for that too, so if anybody wants to talk to me about what we're looking for.
Okay. Okay.
That's a good point. We're looking for proposals to replace the generator. And the proposals are due the 15th, so if anyone out there is interested in taking a look at it, hook up with Ed.
Okay.
But it's the 15th of the month that we're going to take a look at what's been proposed. Yes, Greg?
Just for information purposes, it appears that that generator went in 2007 for $5,500. That's according to the budget for emergency management in 2007. In 2000, before that, there was the portable generator, which was hooked up in that back storage room. That's why there was the fan and vent. And the former forest warden, if that's the right word, Mr. Vanderpool used to come and I think he tested it maybe weekly or certainly monthly. And then when that was decommissioned, that was sold around 2010, 2011. Put out to bid.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Avatar, this was for the tax bills, $188.35. Spectrum, $94.98. Governor Wentworth Regional School District, $282,591. Kimball Construction, I have another manifest too, so this one here is for $2,575, and this was when Chris replaced the culvert on Tucker. I guess that was all Tucker, right? Leah Gage for some postage reimbursement, $24.15. Royal Turf and Tick for the cemetery, $125. Mr. Bailey for plowing for the winter from November through April, $1,237.50, and building maintenance of $157.50.
The total of the two would be $1,395.
Yep. Stratford Regional Planning, the dues, $996.46.
Total for that manifest?
Yep.
$287,989.94.
Did you have something to say?
Yes, the documentation on the SPRC
Yeah.
is incorrect with respect to chairman and whatever.
Oh, yeah, there was some names. Do you have a copy of that,
Updated.
Leah? Of what? The Stratford Regional Planning. I think they made it out to,
Oh,
sorry,
that's
a
right.
different name.
No, that's what they sent us.
I don't think it's correct, it's what the Rick.
Yeah.
No, well, this one says Rich Thacker.
Okay, the one I saw said Rick on it. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
It's paid up.
I may have printed the wrong email.
I think there was, I did see his name too, but that one's clearly says, okay, I'm sorry.
As long as that one's right.
So they know it's coming.
Yes.
Okay, Carroll County Registry of Deeds, $104. Consolidated Communications, $139.58. This is the refunds for the overpayment of taxes. Elaine Haskell, $4.50. Karen Savasic for postage, $18.03. Kimball Construction for ditches on Tibbetts Hill and dust control to Lyford, $5,160. State of New Hampshire Vital Records, $104. And another refund for Ronald Norman in the amount of $6,906 for overpayment of taxes.
Total for this manifest, $12,436.11.
I'll make a motion that we accept the manifest and pay bills.
And one more.
This one's going
I just have one more, and it's just,
Another manifest?
well, it's the payroll taxes. I can now put it on a manifest so that we get it signed. Before I was just doing it as a journal entry, but now the system allows me to create a manifest for that. And I pay it by ACH, but anyway, it just needs to be signed. And that was, I'm sorry, I didn't get the amount, $4,000.
$4,215.77. That's the payroll manifest.
No. So the grand total is about almost 300.
Yeah. And we have, in the investment account for New Hampshire Public Deposit Investment Pool, there is $1 million, $5,000 in there, and I still have enough to pay these bills from, so we're doing well with,
Well, that makes sense, because we just collected $1.2 million,
that's right.
right?
Yeah.
$1.2 million minus
Yeah.
179, so the number's right on.
Yep. So we've earned some good interest in that. We've earned over $26,000 in interest this year so far, in only 6 months, so.
So I'll make a motion that we accept all three manifests as presented.
A second?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so we have some checks to sign. We have the meeting minutes to sign. We have the policy to sign. We have the warrant to sign. Oh! We were notified yesterday that Nate Woodworth, our not our code enforcement, our timber monitor has resigned. So we are going to be looking for a timber monitor. Now, the last time we went out and advertised that, which was about 6 months ago, we had 2 candidates that expressed an interest, so we'll follow up with the second candidate, see if they're still interested. See where we want to go with that.
I think it's reasonable.
All right.
Chris.
I'd be interested if,
You were the second candidate, so
Okay.
we can do it now. I'll make a motion, Chris can go to the timber driver monitor.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's even a paying job, Chris.
Okay, it's a computer-based job,
Yeah.
so we
I can handle that.
we have to get Chris to log in,
Yeah.
so we have to disable Nate's.
So Nate hasn't put in for any time, and we should clean up. I mean, surely he must have some hours.
I have no idea why we got the
He
log.
was in the other day, but
I have no idea. I
okay.
gave you everything I know.
I'll email him and see if he has any hours.
Okay. Anything else from the public? Yes, Ed?
Just some clarification on the Moose Mountain LLC pit. Just to clarify what happened, the last time we found out that they didn't file at the proper amount, or we didn't agree with the amount that was taken out of the pit, what was the reason why that went to DRA?
The people that live on Moose Mountain Road thought that the number of trucks coming out didn't justify or didn't support the volume of material that was being reported.
Follow up?
So we called DRA. DRA came out with the pit. Said, as far as they can tell, the numbers are good.
How did they determine that? Did they tell you how they determined that? They just said they agreed.
They looked, what they did do is look at some Google photos. They had access to Google photos that I guess we don't have access to, very current ones. So they could see what was excavated over the past year.
So you're telling me that the DRA used Google Maps for their Google program?
They used aerial photos.
I don't know if that's even legal for them to do that. I'm just trying to figure out how they determined that. And just so the public knows, that's the estimate, correct? That's the estimate they have to file?
No, that's what the Clay Bay took
Well, that's
out.
the actual amount.
This is a report of excavation. Now, they put in I don't have it in front of me, intent to excavate, which predicts what they're supposed to take out this year. And they filed that already. I don't have access. It's filed.
Okay, I thought that was in question also from one of them.
No, but they can say whatever they want. I want to take this much dirt out.
Okay, but it has to be within a certain amount to the last one.
No, when they make the report after the year it's gone by, it's supposed to be close.
Correct. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
So who actually contacted DRA? The town or who did?
The timber excavation monitor, Nate.
So there is electronic communication between the timber monitor and DRA asking for that? I would request a right-to-know request in electronic form of that communication between those two parties, the DRA and the timber monitor. Thank you.
Okay.
That's it.
Anything else?
No, I could think of a whole bunch of stuff, but I'll just stay quiet.
Anything else? Okay. Meeting's adjourned. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
6:40.
We lost that email.
They wouldn't